Hello everyone, Dan14 Prime here. Doing a video share out today of the new PCS Megatron, landed in the Prime Pyre. If you follow me on Instagram, same handle Dan14 Prime, you'll see out there all of the unboxing of this guy, going through part by part and just putting them together. And all assembled here, he's everything I knew he was going to be, just big, bulking, huge G1 Megatron. I already have the Optimus Prime from this line. Actually bought that one first to make sure I would like the Prime, because I knew there was no doubt I was going to like the Megatron. It always looked like the better statue, and it is. So very similar to the Optimus Prime, this guy is sort of on a 17-inch diameter circular base. There's a little nub kick out that takes it closer to probably 18, 19. And if you want to cover the point out of the arm raise there from the cannon, you know, maybe 22 inches in sort of total depth or width, however you think about it, would be necessary for this piece, and he goes about 26 inches tall. $800 statue available at Sideshow. Link down in the description below. Any in-stock purchases through Sideshow. Supports the channel at no cost to you. So thank you very much for that. I do appreciate it. I went through Sideshow to get the exclusive. You see the parts sitting there on the left-hand side. You get an extra head sculpt, right arm, and of course the big swinging mace from that iconic G1 cartoon moment. All right, let's jump in and take a closer look at this piece. So let's just jump in on this guy, and the first thing that pops, right, is across the line, you've got the LEK Custom Toys paint application here. This is not like your typical factory paint application. This guy's running his own shop and doing all these special paint apps for PCS, and he does a lot of custom work. Again, LEK Custom Toys, he's got his own YouTube channel, his own Instagram feed, so you can check him out if you're interested. He's like the master of this cell-shaded sort of look. But this would be the collector's edition. I love the pose. I mean, if you're going to get one shot at it, like, that's a dang good one to do. Arm cannon up, a bit dynamic. It shows off all of the classic sort of G1 designs, marks and everything. You look at all this through a torso. It's just so crisp, so tight. Maybe not the most interesting face expression. I like the exclusive actually with this collector sort of pose with the cannon up. Actually, I like the exclusive head on there with the smirk. I think it even takes it to the next level. But this is super, super good if you just want the collector's edition, because you can get it maybe a bit cheaper depending on your retailer and shipping and stuff like that. It's a solid choice. So I just got to give him the close-up once around. You can see all of this cell shading. When you go in and look really, really close, it's almost like a camo sort of effect. But when you step back, that it all comes together when you just sort of step back from the piece. It's just part of the technique. But yeah, look at that. Nice tight black lines. Now these paint applications, again, they're very custom, let's say. You know, this is a custom shop. All in all, I'd say they're very, very good and clean. Now this one, you know, I've got a little bit of speckling kind of across the gun. There's like some splotches here or underneath and on the other side. So for me, that was a bit too much. I contacted Sideshow about that. It's like, I get it if there was like one small area, but got a few places around the cannon. You can probably see it, all depends how the light hits it, but that were a little bit too splotchy for me. So I think we'll get that cleaned up for me. But otherwise, no complaints really on this paint application. Super tight and beautiful. And part of the premium that you're paying for this piece, of course, is the paint application, in addition to the sheer size of this figure. I mean, this is head to toe, all that 26 inches I'm talking about. You know, he's on a couple few inch base, and the rest of it's just Megatron. So it's big, chunky, heavy statue. Give you a quick spin here of the lower body just so you can see up close. Again, the cell shade is so freaking beautiful. And these big, chunky Megatron legs. It's everything you'd want if you really want that classic G1 look. I don't think I'll go too deep in this PCS line. I wanted definitely the Optimus and Megatron to pair up as sort of a set. And I've checked that box. And we'll see, there's a lot of other good ones. I think all the Seekers are good. I think they're coming out with a Dino Mode Grimlock, which I'll be interested to take a look at. But from a broader line perspective, I'm actually focusing more on XM to kind of collect some more diverse characters. And the line's a bit bigger, but PCS, you know, if you like the design, they're actually starting to continue with this line, and we might get more and more breadth from them as well. And then finally here, the base. The bases are beautiful. The Optimus base is the most beautiful, I think. Maybe it's just the color and that Autobot logo. I don't know. Something about it. This one is still super phenomenal. I mean, look at this Decepticon logo. Straight out of the cartoon. Again, purple. Sort of like this lightly faded kind of black, pink highlights there. Very Cybertronian. Very Transformers with that base. They really pop on display. I love the color choices they made on them both. Really makes these pieces show up. So let me show you here the exclusive, and I'll start with the head so you can see what I was talking about before with the smirk on this sort of pose. I love that. That's probably how he'll go on display for me. And let me just get these head sculpts side by side so you can see them. Again, a little smirk over here, more straight-faced over here. Both very good, but I really like this one on the regular collector sort of body. Love that. So that there really brings out Megatron. Okay, so next up here, we're going to swap the whole right arm cannon. And that is a big, heavy right arm cannon. But just like in the cartoon show here, it cleans out, right? No cannon when he went to the Mace. That's exactly how the G1 cartoon was on that classic dam scene. Next here, let's put on the Mace. And he has a special left hand to help hold this chain and the weight of this Mace, which is also something I've been having some problems with. I'll talk about in a second. And you can probably see right there, I get a lot of play in my left arm. I just don't have a good magnet mount in there. It's not a clean mount, a lot of slop around it. And I don't get a crisp, flush connection. And finally, let's put on this Mace here, which is heavier than probably it needs to be, which doesn't help the situation. And you can see here is my issue when I do that. The Mace really kind of leans on the left leg there. All that play in the arm, it should create just a little bit of space, and I don't get the spacing. So that's my issue with the piece. Again, I still love it. It's just a little, a little slop issue there with the assembly and the magnet. Sideshow will take care of that. They've already offered me exchange. Otherwise, check this out here. It is super cool. I mean, you can recreate that fight scene if you get both the exclusives. Optimus comes with the axe, as you would have seen in my last video. Get the big Mace here for Megatron. Again, you pair them up. That's a really fun way to do the display. All right, guys, so that's it. Keep it short and sweet. PCS G1 Megatron. Love it. Love it. I knew I was. Saw some pics of it, at conventions, some videos in conventions. So I actually saw this one a bit more than I did the Optimus before buying it. And I knew it was, again, like I said, the piece with the least amount of questions. Neither of them have questions. Once you get them in hand, the Optimus is phenomenal. But some of the sculpt there might have left you with some questions. But in hand, Optimus is fantastic. Megatron is everything you thought and expected from the pics. Absolutely amazing. And super happy to have those pair in the collection. And they really just nail it across the board. I didn't do a really geeky technical review talking about concept and art direction and sculpt and paint because it's just not necessary. It all makes sense. You get the concept, the sculpt fits for exactly what they're trying to accomplish. The paint application is high-end custom, and it all comes together just magnificently. Again, never mind some of my little, it's going to happen from time to time, little assembly issue there. That will get taken care of. Thanks for stopping by, guys, checking out the video. Again, check out the Instagram. I always save those down in my profile, so you'll see a full unboxing, part piece out, all of that for Megatron. It's in my story now. It will go down into my profile. Get links down in the description below. Any shopping you do through those links. There's eBay, Amazon, affiliate links, Sideshow. Appreciate any browsing you guys do through any of those links. Supports the channel, no cost to you. And yeah, stay tuned. The collection journey continues, and the Prime Empire continues to evolve. See you next time, guys.